Elementary student in Frankfort is bringing smiles to children at Kentucky Children's Hospital.
WKYT's Destiny Quinn explains how in today's Commonwealth of Kindness.
Molly Mangan is a third grader at Collins Lane Elementary School. At 9 years old, she already has a massive heart for serving others.
It's a big ray of sunshine, always thinking about others, putting others before herself.
Molly Mangan is a busy little girl. She takes part in cheer, karate, a sewing club, speech team, and more. You would never know that she has a condition called ulcerative colitis.
It's a form of an IBD, which is an inflammatory bowel disease.
Molly was diagnosed with the condition 2 years ago.
It basically causes flare-ups in her bowel movements, which can be very stressful for her, and stress does make it worse.
She now regularly undergoes transfusions, testing, and colonoscopies. Having the bowel disease in elementary school can be challenging.
Molly came to me one day. She had actually had an incident with another student that wasn't being incredibly kind to her with some of her needs. And she said that she felt like kids needed a better understanding of struggles that other people are facing.
And that's when an idea came to be.
UK is an amazing hospital, and I would do anything for them. So I was like, we should do like a toy drive.
Kentucky Children's Hospital has a treasure box filled with toys to give away to kids undergoing treatment.
They do, however, sometimes have a very limited selection, and that would always kill Molly because she would not want to choose anything because she was worried about the other kids.
With the help of her school, Molly was able to help change that during Kindness Week.
Molly helped us collect the toys every day, and we collected over 1,000 toys for UK Hospital.
It makes me feel really happy, like real happy. And I'm excited that I get to donate all of the toys.
Collins Lane, look what we did as a school.
Molly has a bright future ahead of her.
She has such a heart.
As Molly has grown up, I've seen her personality just grow and her leadership skills grow, and this was a huge step for her, and I just can't wait to see everything she accomplishes.
If you would like to donate to the treasure box, we have a link in the WKYT News app.
Destiny, thank you. And by the way, Molly will receive the Champion Student of the Month for the Franklin County School District. Well deserved. If you have a story of kindness that you think should be highlighted, just email kindness@wkyt.com.